Hello, I am William Marshall. I'll show my outline real quick. Put these on. Alrighty. So, have you ever initially had something or tried something out that you hated, but later on down the road, you actually realized how important it was to you and how much meaning it gave to you? Well, so we have this family farm that my dad, my brother, and I go out to and do some activities on and stuff like that. And when I was a kid, my dad would make us do these crazy adventures out at the farm with him, and I used to hate them, but I've really learned to cherish those moments with my father and with my brother, and they've really kind of shaped me into who I am today. So I initially, as I was a kid, I always wanted to, during the weekend, just wake up and have a pleasant morning and then maybe play some games with my friends, some board games, maybe go swimming or something like that. But every once in a while on a Saturday morning, my dad would come in and wake us up really early, and then he would have some crazy task that he wanted us to complete out at the farm. And he would wake us up and tell us to get dressed and then load up into the car and get different drinks and whatnot that we needed. And then we would head out to the farm, and it's just about a 25 minute drive. And as we were heading out there, I always remembered hating that drive because I just dreaded spending the whole day out at the farm, getting all hot and sweaty, and I just didn't like it at first. And so the story I'm going to tell today is about with my dad and my brother. We chopped down a bunch of old trees and actually turned them into firewood. So we started out at maybe 8:15 in the morning, and my dad got the chainsaw and cut down 6 old dead trees, and he then cut them up into like foot-long pieces. They're still like really big, really, it's a big tree. And so then we would take these big logs, these big sections of each of the tree, and we would pick them up and put them into the back of the tractor that we had, into this big bucket. And I remember it just being a very laborious task, very demanding on the body. We get super, super sweaty, had to wear gloves, and I really hated it at the time. But we would take these big logs and put them over to this hydraulic splitter that we had hooked up to another tractor, and we would load these big pieces of tree, and then would split them, and then would stack them all up on a rack. And I just remember this specific time taking, 6, 7, 8 hours. It was all day. We were there from 8 a.m. We took a lunch break for an hour, and then till probably 4 or 5 p.m. And I remember getting home super tired, just exhausted, and I really hated it at the time. But now when I look back on those memories, I remember all the struggle that we went through, my dad, my brother, and I together, and it's really actually made a more memorable memory than just sitting at home and doing nothing and not really doing anything. As my dad is still here, so I want to spend as much time with him as I can now. And it's just so important to me, family and hard work, and those memories have really taught me to be hardworking. And stuff like a tough activity is really, I think, is really important for personal growth, and it just has really brought me so much happiness, looking back on it, and some of those fond memories of getting up at 8 a.m. and chopping trees, or working out on the farm and bush hogging the whole field for 3 hours, or picking weeds out at our house. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just any sort of physical labor. I think it really brings people together, because you have to work hard on an activity, something like that. So to close out, I would say that these memories are very fond to my heart and have brought me a lot of happiness and peace, and I love doing that stuff nowadays. And I think these memories allow me to grow as a person. And yeah, thank you so much.